welcome back. This is Daniel with All About Food, and today in the kitchen it is super hot because there's no air conditioning in my kitchen. So we are going to make a one-pot dish in the Instapot, which I don't have an Instapot. I have a off-brand Pressure Pro, same thing. Anyways, I'll show you all the ingredients here in just a minute. I know this is a weird, crazy camera angle still because I have got to get a tripod for my phone to shoot these videos. So I apologize, just bear with me, and I will have a better camera angle soon, I promise. So this is a one-pot eggplant and rice Greek dish. I have modified it a little bit because this is a meat-free dish. It can be either used as a side dish or as a main dish if you are vegan, vegetarian. So, like I said, I have modified it with what spices I'm going to use. Well, only one spice. I took away, it calls for 2 teaspoons of salt. I took away 1 teaspoon and added a teaspoon of this, you probably can't see this, it's backwards, Greek seasoning, to make it not super salty. So I am adding meat to this because it's hot. I just want to throw everything together and cook it. So I am going to actually put chicken breast on top of my rice, and it's all going to cook together. Like I said, if you do not want to put meat in this, you do not have to, or you could do other meat if you wanted to. Lamb would probably go good with it. I'm not a big lamb person, except for on gyros. So without me talking anymore, I'm going to show you the ingredients, and I have went ahead and let me move this out of the way. I went ahead and chopped up everything and got it ready so you didn't have to watch all of that crazy boring stuff. So I am going to, yes, I know, crazy angle. Well, you know what, I don't know if I can even turn the screen. Hold on just a minute, let's see. Well, I can't turn the screen because I'm not making the video through YouTube because it's going to be in 2 parts. So here's what we're going to do. Okay, I don't know how well we can see everything. I am so sorry about this angle. It is crazy. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a medium eggplant, just chopped, cubed up. You're going to need 3 vine-ripe tomatoes seeded. You're going to need 1.5 cups of onion, 1 cup of long grain rice. I am using long grain brown rice. 1/4 cup of olive oil, 2 cups of H2O, 4 to 6 garlic cloves. I'm using 2 chicken breasts, and I apologize, y'all. I know, crazy angles. I didn't realize that it didn't flip with the just the regular camera app, and I apologize about that. Anyways, so you're going to need 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of oregano. It calls for Greek oregano, but I don't have Greek oregano, so I'm just using a regular. 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and then I'm also using a teaspoon of the Cavender's all-purpose Greek seasoning. Okay, let me get you set back up here. I really wish I could somehow, I don't know how I would do that. I don't know, y'all. I know, crazy, I'm sorry. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to take our olive oil. I'm just going to dump it in the bottom of my Instapot or Pressure Pro, whatever brand you have. Okay, now the traditional recipe of this calls for actually baking it. So like you would originally saute your eggplant and your onion in the olive oil. I'm not doing that because it's going to have plenty of time to cook under pressure. So I'm just kind of putting the olive oil in here, and I'm just going to try to coat the inside some. It's non-stick, but rice sometimes sticks anyway. So I am going to throw my eggplant in. We're going to take our tomatoes. We're going to throw our tomatoes in. I'm going to throw my onions in. Then I'm going to put my garlic in here. And like I said, you don't have to put as much garlic. The recipe calls for 4 to 6 cloves. I put more, probably 6 cloves, because I'm a garlic freak. I can't get too much garlic in anything. And then I'm going to take my rice and I'm going to sprinkle that on top of there. I'm going to take my spices. I'm just going to kind of mix them up on the plate a little bit. So just kind of mix. So I think I'm going to go this weekend and find a tripod for my cell phone. If anyone knows a good place to get one, let me know. I may have to order it off of Amazon. I live in a small city, so I don't know if I'll even be able to find one. But if not, I will order one on Amazon, because I know this is a shitty angle. Excuse my language, and I apologize, but it is what it is for now. So it will get better, I promise. And I'm going to add my water. Now, the original recipe calls for 2 cups of chicken stock or vegetable stock. Use vegetable stock if you're going vegan or whatnot. I'm not using that because I'm putting chicken on top of this dish to cook, so the chicken's going to season the water to kind of make chicken broth anyway. So I've got that, and I am just going to stir this to mix it together good. I haven't even started cooking it, and it smells amazing already, y'all. Now this is going to take about 45 minutes in here to cook. What I've done is, if I'm just using rice, I use the rice button, because of course there's a rice button on here. For the long grain brown rice that I am cooking, it's 45 minutes anyway. The chicken or meat button for well done is 45 minutes as well. So since I'm using meat, I go ahead and just press the meat button. I don't know if the pressure is different. I'm not sure. But alright, so we have got all of that. Let me bring you down here and show you what that looks like. Okay, so we've just got that in there all mixed together. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this seasoning, and I'm going to sprinkle it on my chicken down here. I've got my chicken there somewhere. So, sorry guys. I promise I'll become a better cameraman. So I'm just going to take this, and I'm not going to sprinkle too much of it, but I'm just going to coat it on the top good. Okay, so I've just kind of coated that, and I'm going to take this breast side down, and I'm just going to take both of these, and I'm going to set it right on top. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. I had to rinse my hands off touching that raw chicken. So, let me show you what it looks like now, if you can see. So I just set the chicken on top. We're going to take our lid, and you've got this insert here, and you're going to make sure there's a little arrow over here that you can't see very well, but you're going to make sure it's on the seal position so you can seal. You want it to seal and come up to pressure. So we're just going to turn it. Let me see. I done made a mess, y'all. So we have the chicken and meat button right here. I'm going to press it and I'm going to change it to well, which is 45 minutes. Now, this is actually going to cook longer than 45 minutes. I know a lot of people are familiar with the Instapot and these. If you're not, what it will do is it's going to heat up and it's going to come to pressure. And once it gets to pressure, it's going to seal. And it's going to cook for 45 minutes. Now, as soon as it's done, it's going to beep and let you know that it's done. I'm going to let this do a natural release. So with these, if you don't know about them, on the top where you turn it to seal also has a vent button. So like, say you're cooking boiled eggs in here, you would want to vent it after you cook it, so it's not cooking any longer. But we're going to leave it sealed and just let it come down from pressure by itself, and then once it's done, then we'll be able to take the lid off. Now, I have heard stories online about people being able to turn these lids before it has come down from pressure and getting burnt. I've never personally had that happen, so just be careful. But like with any appliance or anything that you're using, just use caution. Read your manual and your instructions for your device before you use it, because all of them are a little bit different. So anyways, this is going to probably take about an hour or so, and as soon as it is done, I will bring you back and I will show you what it looks like. I hope y'all enjoyed this recipe, and we'll see what it looks like as soon as it gets done. I'll see you guys soon. Alright guys, we are back. Our food is done. Now, because I added this chicken and there was extra liquid in it and from the tomatoes, doing it in the Instapot did make it a lot more liquidy than what I would like, but I'm just going to kind of let some of that liquid strain out of there. I mean, it's no big deal. You can use a bowl if you would like to. We're going to put some of that on there. And be careful with your chicken, because if you're using chicken with bone in, it will fall. The bone will just come off the bottom of it, so be very careful with that. I really, really wish you guys could be here to smell this, because it smells amazing. So I hope you guys try this recipe. It is looking great. I know it tastes good. Like I said, the original recipe calls to bake it, and when you do that and do it without chicken, the rice absorbs all the liquid and it's not as liquidy. So like I said, if you don't add the chicken, it's not going to be as liquidy. But especially with the tomato in the Instapot, because of the pressure and the steam and everything. But it's still good either way. If you want to just bake it in the oven, you could. It is 400 degrees for 40 minutes, I believe, baking it in the oven. So if you want to do it that way, you can. If not, just do this Instapot. It's quick, easy, and it tastes delicious. Until next time, you guys have a great day. Enjoy.